All right, Obianuju, Anita, I see you. You're welcome. Thank you for joining me here this evening. Just tag a friend, tag a friend, tag a friend. All right, the Pamilari Isaac, thank you very much for tagging a friend. Tag a friend, tag a friend. And let's have a good time this evening. Let's share this experience with our friends and our loved ones. All right. Kemi David, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Please tag a friend in the comments. Go ahead and tag a friend in the comments. Let's share this experience with as many people as possible. Let's share the experience with as many people as possible. All right, so we're looking at the very best of me. We started 2 weeks ago. All right, I welcome everybody who has joined me. All right, here tonight. By the way, if you are on MixLR or you are on Instagram Live and you want a more robust experience, you want to see my slides, you want to see the big ideas as I share them this evening, then you may want to join me on Facebook or on YouTube. On Facebook, I am at Hill City NG. Search for the page at Hill City NG on Facebook, and on YouTube, search for Segun, okay, on YouTube, and you would see me there live. And if you want to catch a replay of this broadcast, it's going to be available on my YouTube channel. So you search for Segun, okay, on YouTube, and you can see, for last week and for this week on my YouTube channel. All right, so let's go down to work this evening. All right, this is part 3 of the very best of me. It's a series on personal development. And last week, Wednesday, our topic was evolve. Okay, evolve. I told you last week that you are a seed. You are full of endless possibilities. So evolve was what we talked about last week. Today, I want to talk about push. Now, I know for so many people, especially people of faith, when you hear push, what comes to mind is pray until something happens. But I'm using the same acronym today, push. But what I mean is press until something happens. We want to talk about perseverance, okay? If there's anything we have established before now, is that the only variable you can control in your relationships is you, okay? And one of the factors that really attracts people to you and keeps people in your life is resilience, okay? This thing about you that does not quit, that does not give up. But for the benefit of those who were not with us last week, Wednesday, I will do a quick recap of some of the big ideas that we looked at last week, Wednesday. I'm just going to look at 2 major ones, okay? 2 major ideas we looked at last week, Wednesday. I told you last week, Wednesday, that there are 3 avenues for continuous learning. 3 avenues for continuous learning, okay? And I told you that it's formal education, informal education, and apprenticeship. Okay, I won't explain all of this because we took our time. So I'm going to encourage you, if you were not part of what we did last week, please, you can go to my YouTube channel and watch, okay, the broadcast from last week, Wednesday, or you can subscribe to have my audio teachings sent to you. Then all these things will be sent to you in less than 24 hours after each session. If you go to my bio on Instagram, you will get the link where you can use to subscribe, either for to get my messages sent to you, and then other things are even available there for you. So 3 avenues for continuous improvement. The first is formal education, the second is informal education, and the third is apprenticeship. Okay, I said with formal education you get exposure, you get discipline, and then you get a certificate. Now, you don't work with a certificate, but you gain access with certificates. Okay, people work with you. So the moment you are employed or the moment you are given an opportunity because you are certified, it is what you know and who you are that continues to, okay, retain that access for you. But certificates will give you access. So you want to go for formal education as much as you can. And then we moved from there to informal education, and this is where you talk about reading of books, watching videos, attending trainings, okay, and so on and so forth. You want to do that because you see learning is a lifelong thing, okay, and that's why you want to invest in informal education. And then I told you about apprenticeship, okay. It's about visual and audible stimulation. The best way to learn something is to watch somebody do it and hear someone talk about it. And that's what apprenticeship is all about. I want to run because of time. And as we were rounding up last week, Wednesday, I shared with you 5 areas of focus when it comes to personal development. 5 areas you want to focus on. Okay, we talked about your thinking, we talked about emotional intelligence, we talked about character, we talked about competence, and the 5th one is leadership. Okay, the 5th one is leadership. Like I said, if you want to see my notes, you want to see the big ideas, you may want to join me live on Facebook or on YouTube. On Facebook, you can catch me at Hill City NG. On YouTube, you can catch me on my channel, Segun, okay, at YouTube, and you can see the big ideas as I share with them. Share with everybody here this evening. Okay, so let's go to our subject for today. We're looking at push, press until something happens. What I have found out is if you are the kind of person that is resilient, if you are the kind of person that does not give up, people want to do life with you. You are the kind of person that is positive. You are the kind of person that believes until you see the manifestation of what you believe. You work at your goals until they come to pass. When you are that kind of person, you, apart from the fact that you will succeed, apart from the fact that you will achieve your objectives, you are that kind of person that people want to do life with. Okay, so as we talk about perseverance, okay, which I call push, press until something happens. I want to read a story. I stumbled on this story in a book a couple of years ago, and it's really inspired me. And I just want to read this story to you as we continue this evening. Okay, here goes. There's a story about the California gold rush that tells of 2 brothers who sold all they had and went prospecting for gold. They discovered a vein of the shining ore, staked a claim, and proceeded to get down to serious business of getting the gold out of the mine. All went well at first, but then a strange thing happened. The vein of gold ore disappeared. They had come to the end of the rainbow, and the pot of gold was no longer there. The brothers continued to pick away, but without success. Finally, they gave up in disgust. They sold their equipment and claimed rights for a few $100s and took the train back home. Now the man who bought the claim hired an engineer to examine the rock strata of the mine. The engineer, I think I missed it here now. The engineer advised him to continue digging in the same spot where the former owners had left off. And 3 feet deeper, the new owner struck gold. A little more persistence and the 2 brothers will have been millionaires themselves. Okay, and the story ends like this. There is gold in you too. You may just need to dig deeper. Okay, there's gold in you too. You may just have to dig deeper. There's one big idea I have always shared, and I want to share it again with us tonight. It's something I've observed about successful people. Successful people only decide what to quit, not when. Successful people only decide what to quit, not when. In other words, they give up on things that they are not supposed to be doing. And some of us have heard me share along this line, so I'm just going to breeze over it, but I'm going to share it again quickly. Okay, see, sometimes it's okay to quit. You see, but you quit what you are not supposed to be doing. You don't quit because you have tried and you have not gotten your results. So successful people only decide what to quit, not when to quit. Okay, and I'm going to give you some examples, okay, of what to quit, because sometimes it is okay to quit. Okay, now look at the examples I want to give you. If it's the wrong thing to do, stop it. I'm talking about, for example, a crime, okay, a sin, or something that is unethical. Okay, you want to stop that immediately. It's okay to quit that. Okay, if you are not gifted for it, stop it. Okay, if it is not in your area of strength, you don't want to invest time, you don't want to waste time doing it. If it's not helping anybody, stop it. Okay, if it's not helping anybody, stop it. All right, if it is costing you more than it will eventually pay you, stop it. That's a waste. But I'm reminded of a story, okay? When I say if it's not helping anybody, stop it. I'm reminded of a story of this guy by some painted stairs, okay, in the United Kingdom. And this guy was wearing a uniform and was standing by some painted stairs, okay, and he was just there. A tourist came around and asked the guy, "You mean this is where you work?" He said, "Yes." "What do you do?" "I just come in the morning and I stand here, okay? This role is a very special role and it has been in our family for generations to generations. This is what we do." And the tourist did some research and found out that decades ago, the stairs were painted fresh. And these guys, one of his forefathers, was asked to stand by the stairs to warn people, okay, of wet paint. So what happened? The paint dried, but the job never stopped. And then they passed it on from generation to generation. Okay, it's a thing of honor. Okay, we stand by the stairs. That's the job we do. The function was over, but the person was still standing there. And there's so many things in our lives like that, okay? If it's not helping anybody, I mean, he's not warning anybody, he's just standing there, all right? So many of us have what I call sacred cows. Okay, we have sacred cows. We have to do what? We have to make sure that we get rid of sacred cows. If it's costing you more than it will eventually pay you, that's what we call a waste. You want to quit it, okay? And the last one is, if it is done, if it has served its purpose, you want to do what? Move on. You want to quit, okay? What am I saying? Successful people only decide what to quit, not when. In other words, when a successful person knows this is what I'm supposed to be doing, they give it their best and they are willing to hang in there till they get results. What do they quit? Okay, the list I've given you. If it is wrong, you stop it. If you are not gifted for it, you stop it, okay? If it's not helping anybody, you stop it. If it's costing you more than it will eventually pay you, you stop it. If it is done, if it has served its purpose, you move on from it. But I want to say something, okay? Where I want to go tonight is even a little bit, further from there, because you see, there is something worse than quitting. Anytime we hear the word quitting, we think, oh no, it's wrong to quit. But there's something we all do, or there's something we all have a tendency, okay, for that is worse than quitting. And what is that thing? It is settling. Okay, settling. Settling is worse than quitting. Okay, settling is worse than quitting. Now, what do I mean by settling? I'm going to give us some examples, okay, or some description here so that you understand what I'm saying. To settle is to turn a temporary experience into a permanent status. Okay, that means you have settled. To settle is to define your future by consulting your past, okay, or your present. A lot of people do that. That's what it means to settle, okay, to say what's going to happen tomorrow, and then you cast your mind back to what happened yesterday, what happened today. No, that's how you settle. You shouldn't settle. To settle is to replace, okay, the desirable with the available. Like the guy that shot an arrow at a tree and then went to the tree, drew a circle around the arrow and said, that's my target. No, that's what it means to settle, okay, to replace the desirable with the available. Listen to this one. To settle is to stop learning, and to stop learning is to stop growing. To settle is to stop learning. When you stop learning, you stop growing, okay? To settle is to keep doing things the same old way. Okay, I'm sharing with us tonight how that there's something worse than quitting, and it is settling, okay? And I'm trying to help us understand what it means to settle, okay? To settle is to keep doing old things, all right, rather keep doing things the same old way. To settle is to live without hope. What is hope? An earnest expectation of a better outcome. That's what it means to settle. Now, the question is this: why do people settle? Okay, why do people settle? I'm going to give us a number of reasons tonight. Some people settle because they are just tired. Okay, they are just tired. After delays, disappointments, and denials, discouragement sets in. Let me say that again. After delays, disappointments, and denials, it is discouragement that sets in. And that's what happens to so many people. Even the Bible says that hope deferred makes the heart sick. So some people stop trying. Some people give up hope, okay? They just just keeping up with the motion. They are no longer expecting something new because they are discouraged, because they have tried their best and things have not worked. Okay, if you find yourself in that situation, what will I advise you to do? Listen to this: rest, but don't stop dreaming. Okay, if you find yourself in that kind of scenario where you are tired because you have exerted yourself, okay, and you are discouraged, listen, rest, but don't stop dreaming. In other words, you may want to pull back a little bit, you may want to hold back your efforts, but don't stop dreaming. It was James Corbett who said that to be a champion, fight one more round. To be a champion, fight one more round. In other words, rest, knowing fully well, I will go back there again. Okay? I will fight one more time. I will give it some effort again. But in the meantime, I just want to rest. I just want to hold back. Okay? Because to be a champion, all you need to do is fight one more round. I remember the words. It was in the music of Bob Marley. It's an adage from way back that says that he that fights and runs away lives to fight another day. In other words, when you get to the point where it looks like life is defeating you, okay, just chill, okay, call a timeout, back off a little bit. See, but when you are resting, make sure that you are not dying, okay? Make sure you have not given up. What do? As you rest, continue to dream. We are looking at why do people settle. I said settling is worse than quitting. See, when somebody says, I quit, I've given up. See, but when people settle, they make the available the desirable. They stop gunning for the things they said they wanted, and they just settle for what is in front of them. They predict the future by the past and the present. They keep doing things the same old way. They live without hope and next expectation that things are going to change. So we are looking at reasons why people settle. Number one is because they're tired. They are just simply tired. Now, number two is mental laziness. The reason why people settle: mental laziness. You've got to realize that figuring things out is a lot of hard work. Figuring things out is a lot of hard work. So some people just quit trying. And this is what I'm going to say to you tonight. Success and mental laziness don't go together, okay? Success and mental laziness don't go together. So if you are going to be very successful, you have to start thinking. Like I've said to us severally on this platform, your imagination is like a muscle, okay? The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. So when you hear people say things like, I don't know, I've said that severally. Take that phrase out of your vocabulary. See, because the moment you say, I don't know, you shut down your ability to solve problems. Okay? So don't say, I don't know. Don't be mentally lazy. Make your brain sweat. Listen, if you don't sweat with your brain, you will sweat with your brows. Okay? If you don't walk with your mind, you will have to walk with your hand. And you need to understand that your mind will pay you much more than what hard labor will give you. So you've got to learn to engage your mind. One of the reasons why people settle is because they just don't want to think. And then the third reason why people settle is because of the fear of the unknown. The third reason why people settle is the fear of the unknown. They are trapped by the security of their comfort zone. Okay? So when I say the word comfort zone, this is what I mean. The place where they got a reprieve from the challenges of life. You know, when people have been going through hard times, things have been tough, maybe they've been impoverished, and as they are going, let me put it this way. Say somebody leaves the city of Lagos and says to himself, I'm going to the city of Ibadan. But from the moment, he gets out of Lagos, he gets into traffic, the car develops a fault, and on his way, okay, there is a town in between Lagos and Ibadan that is called Shagamu. And then he gets to the town of Shagamu and now decides, you know what, this is where I'm going. And that's what happens to a lot of people, okay? They just settle because they're like, look at what I've been through between Lagos and here. Who knows what is going to happen to me if I continue this journey? So they just settle because of the fear of the unknown. They settle in their comfort zone, the place where they got a bit of reprieve from the challenges of life. They call the available the desirable, okay? I'm reminded of the story in the Bible, how that Abraham's father was going, okay, according to the Bible, he was going to Haran, but when they got, they were going to Canaan, but when they got to Haran, they settled there. And the man lived and died there. When God engaged Abraham, the first thing he said is, leave this place. Okay, leave this place to a land I will show you. At the end of the day, it was actually the same place his father had in mind to go to, but he couldn't get to because he settled. Okay, that was the very place God was taking the son. So you want to make sure that you don't have mental laziness. You want to make sure that you don't allow the fear of the unknown to stop you from dreaming, to stop you from persevering. Okay, it's very, very important. All right, people settle because of mental laziness. People settle because they are tired. People settle because they are afraid of the unknown. And I told you, if you are tired from trying, rest, but don't stop dreaming. Okay, use your imagination. No matter where you find yourself in life, don't stop dreaming. Don't stop trying to figure things out. And please don't be afraid of the unknown. Jump off, because miracles are ahead of you, possibilities are ahead of you. You know, the Bible says, to him that is joined to the living, there is hope. So there are possibilities in your future. You can't afford to settle in this place that you have found yourself. Now, somebody is asking, what about capacity? Okay, what about capacity? What if I am an orange and not a watermelon? Okay, what if I am an orange and not a watermelon? Because you are making me feel like if I stop here right now, I'm settling. What if this is my limit? What if this is the capacity that I have? And this is what I'm going to say to you. Stop thinking about size or your current resources and start thinking possibilities. And this, let me give you an example of what I'm saying. So imagine a man has one plot of land to farm, and then another man has 10 plots of land to farm. Now, the man with one plot may say to himself, one plot is my capacity. But you need to understand, a lot can happen in a small field. This man with his one plot can plant a lot, can go for cycles. And what I'm trying to say to you is, stop looking at size and start looking at possibilities. I mean, just like the example I gave us now, the watermelon is bigger than the orange. But the orange is full of possibilities. The orange has seeds that can be planted, okay, that will turn to trees, that will bear fruit. Much more than that, the orange can be used for so many things. So stop looking at your life from the perspective of what you have been given, and start looking at your life from the perspective of what is possible with what you have been given. You see, I've come to find out that fulfillment feels the same. This is amazing. Okay? Fulfillment feels the same. All right, so those on Instagram Live, so sorry for that little break. Oh, sorry. MixLR is good. Sorry for the break. It's some network issues, but I think it's better now. So let's proceed. All right. Okay, fulfillment feels the same. When the man with 10 plots or the man with one plot is harvesting, the man with 10 plots is harvesting, they feel fulfilled because they have gotten returns, okay, for their labor. The man with one plot can research, what else can I plant? What can I plant that will bring me the best of results? It's not about volume, it's about setting goals and hitting them. That is the secret, okay, to fulfillment. It's about setting goals and hitting them. So as long as you are setting your goal and you are hitting your goals, you are fulfilled, and fulfillment feels the same. One person may be making 2 million where you are making 250,000. See, success in life is basically a moving target. As long as, somebody also said that success is the progressive achievement of worthwhile goals. So as long as you're moving from 2 to 3, from 3 to 4, from 4 to 5, from 5 to 10, it does not matter if somebody else is already at 20. If you keep moving, you will get to 20 also. So stop thinking about size and start thinking about possibilities. Another person is wondering, so how do I know my limit? Okay, how do I know my limit? Let me say this to you. Limit is no gift plus no desire. That's what's a limit. No gift, no desire. No gift, no desire. That is limit. This is what I'm trying to say. In other words, if you have the gift but you don't have desire right now, what you need is fresh inspiration. What you need is a new dream. You know, because somebody is saying, look, what if this is it? What if this is all I can do with my life? The question is, how do I know if this is my limit? Are you gifted for it? Do you have the desire for it? And I'm saying, if you are gifted for it, but right now you lack desire, what you need is inspiration. What you need is a new dream. If you have desire, but you are not gifted for it, all you need is collaboration. In other words, you have a desire to achieve something, but you are not gifted enough to achieve it. You can collaborate with somebody who is gifted. You see, because passion is contagious. And a lot of entrepreneurs, that's what they do. They have a big dream. And what they do is they look for people who are gifted, okay, in fulfilling their dreams, and they collaborate with them. They infect those people with their passion, with their vision. Those people in turn contribute their gifts, and then what they produce, okay, is much more than what one person can produce. So when you feel like you are hitting your limit, a lot of times what you need is a new dream. What you need is what? Some fresh pair of eyes, collaboration with stronger persons, or with somebody who is gifted than you in that field, and then possibilities are endless. Okay, your possibilities are endless. What I'm saying to you tonight, I want you to listen to this. Not yet successful is not an indication of your limit. Don't make that mistake. That you are trying and you are yet to hit your goals does not mean you were not designed to hit your goals. I hear people say those kind of things all the time. What if God does not want me to do it? Okay, you need to understand that the will of God is not as restrictive as so many people think. Many times we've not done all that we are supposed to do. There's still a lot that we can do that we have not done, and then we think maybe this is my limit. But the message I brought to you tonight is push. Don't give up. Push. Don't settle. Press until something happens. You may have to tweak, but press until something happens. Okay, and as I begin to round it up tonight, I have some 3 thoughts I want to share with you. If you want to really press, you want to persevere until you achieve your dreams, the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is don't stop learning. Okay? Don't stop learning. Be a student and not an expert. You see, an expert wants to describe it the way it is. A student wants to continue to unravel it. So people who assume the role of an expert in life, they get tired, they get discouraged, okay, especially when things are not working out. But when you are a student, you see everything like an experiment. And of course, you know, if it's an experiment, what does it mean? It may work, it may not work. If it does not work, we look for another way to make it work. Okay, so be a student, okay? Don't stop learning. The second thing I'm going to advise you to do is review your methods. Okay, review your methods, but don't abandon your mission. Somebody listening to me, for example, you are an entrepreneur at heart. You want to do business. You've tried maybe 2 or 3 businesses and things have not worked out. See, don't abandon the mission of entrepreneurship. Tweak your methods. Perhaps there is a better way to do what you are doing. So learn the better way. Keep looking for the better way, because there is always a better and a faster way and a more effective way of achieving what you are trying to achieve. So back to principle number 1, be a student. And once you adopt the attitude of a student, you come and review your methods. Okay, the mission is sacred, the methods are not. Okay, so you find new ways of doing old things. Find new ways of doing old things. And finally, this evening, don't stop trying. Okay, don't stop trying. No matter what it is, don't stop trying. Never get to that point where you say to yourself, I am not going to try anymore. Try something new. Try another way of doing it. Try another time of doing it. Do it differently than you have done it before. But by all means, don't stop trying. Okay, that is what I mean when I say press until something happens. Persevere until something happens. I am saying don't stop learning. I'm saying review your methods. I am saying don't stop trying. Okay, some of us may have heard me share this before. I documented it in my book, The Checklist, and I just want to read it out to you. It took Thomas Edison 10,000 experiments to discover the incandescent bulb. Jonas Salk attempted 200 unsuccessful vaccines for polio. 200 unsuccessful vaccines for polio before he came up with the one that worked. Henry Ford failed and went broke 5 times before he finally succeeded. Walt Disney went broke 7 times and he had one nervous breakdown before success smiled on him. Okay, he was turned down 302 times before he got financing for Disney World. Colonel Sanders spent 2 years driving across the United States looking for restaurants to buy his chicken recipe. Hey, but today, there are thousands of KFC restaurants all over the world. This man succeeded eventually just because they won't quit. And that's what I'm saying to you now. Don't give up. Keep learning, keep finding new ways to do old things, okay? Tweak your methods. Don't stop trying, okay? Don't stop trying. I want to leave you this evening with the words of lacocca. Okay, lacocca said, when times get tough, there's no choice except to take a deep breath and carry on and do your best. Oh, let me read that again. When times get tough, there's no choice except to take a deep breath, carry on, and do your best. Okay, that's my message to us tonight. Push, press until something happens. Don't give up. Be a student of life. See everything like an experiment. If it does not work, it means there's something I need to know that I don't know. There is a way to do it that I have not tried. So tweak your methods. Find a better way of doing it. Do old things in new ways. Okay? Don't stop trying. All right. So thank you for being a part of this session tonight. Just before I round up, I want to invite you, in case you have not yet registered, I want to invite you to Lead to Win. Years ago, as I studied the concept of leadership, I found out that leadership is the missing link, okay, in the success equation of so many people. When you are competent, okay, there's just so far that you can go if you don't become a leader and master the principles of leadership. And in this series, it's a 6-week intensive leadership training program. What I'm going to be doing is we're going to take the book, Developing the Leader Within You 2.0, this book right here, and we're going to go through this book together in 5 virtual sessions. On a weekly basis, we're going to have assessments so that you can test whether you have mastered the principles that we are sharing. I'm going to be teaching, and contextualizing the principles in this book, and that's 5 virtual sessions. Then the final session is a physical session in a beautiful restaurant in Ikeja, Lagos. We're going to have 4 hours of intensive leadership training, physical training. You don't want to miss that for anything. Okay, so if you want to register, the link is in my bio on Instagram. All right, you can just click on the link and register. We have just a limited number of seats remaining. The class commences this Saturday. So if you want to join us, all right, for Lead to Win, please make sure you register. Don't wait. Register this evening and don't miss the opportunity. Admission is just 20,000 naira. You don't want to miss it for anything. Okay, and as I round up, I also want to invite you, if you're in the city of Lagos, why don't you join us this Sunday at Hill City as we continue the message series, Authentic Relationships. Okay, there's a direct connect between what I'm sharing with us on Wednesday and what we're sharing on Sunday. So if you are in the city of Lagos, join us at Hill City this coming Sunday at 9 a.m. West African time at Hill City. Authentic Relationships is the series. It promises to be an explosive experience. It was beautiful last week. We're taking it to another level this week. All right, thank you for being here. Therefore, I look forward to seeing you again next week, Wednesday. For those of us on MixLR and on Instagram Live, if you want to see this teaching again, you want to rewatch, you want to be a part of this experience all over again, then you want to search for Segun on YouTube. The video is going to be available, and of course with the slides and all the other things I shared. So I look forward to seeing you next week. I won't be taking questions this evening, okay? I need to run along to some other assignment. All right, so I look forward to seeing you next week, okay? Go on YouTube, watch the video, share it with your friends, okay? You know somebody that needs this, all right? So don't keep this to yourself. Share it with somebody. Let's spread it. Let somebody else gain what you have received here tonight. I look forward to seeing you next week, all right? God bless you, and bye-bye.